old comrades. Phainon, Perdiccas, Ionius, Ptolemy, and Possesta. Ever since I returned from the Sea of Souls, we faced life and death together during our days in exile. Those 10 years were arduous, yet filled with moments worth treasuring. Each night, we would gather by the campfire, savoring honey brews and singing our hearts out. The wind in the wilds of Amphorius smelled like rust. Phainon would always tease me about adding goat milk to the honey brew, claiming I ruined the blood-red color of the drink. He had a scrawny figure, but was a relentless force on the battlefield, dispatching foes without so much as a blink. Perdiccas was an expert in concocting medicines, delving into all those strange folk remedies. Ionius was a swift runner, and our most reliable messenger. Ptolemy was a real bookworm, always spouting off in chapters and verses. When we left Kremnos, he made off with a stack of ancient tomes from the Grand Library. Not like it mattered, as my family owns the library. And then there was Possesta. He was the silent type, but a truly masterful musician.
This is the first time I've heard you mention these 5.
They died on the battlefield before the Kremnoan detachment managed to join Akuma. Perdiccas was the first to go. He was shot in the stomach by a poisonous arrow from the people of Phainon in the 2nd month of cultivation. In the end, his remedies mended all but himself.
Mydei, do not mourn. I have achieved honor by bestowing a noble death upon the enemy.
Leonius died in the 5th winter. Idonia's snowstorm lasted 3 full months. On the night of the fiercest storm, our foes launched their assault.
Idonia. Is that the city Castorus used to live in?
Yes. Zealots were as fearless as Kremnoans in the face of death, but they lacked respect for honor. They cornered us in the bottomless swamp. Leonius covered for our retreat, and they cut his legs off. He vanished into the mire of a foreign land, his body never to be recovered.
This is perfect. Mydei, I can finally deliver the news of you ascending the throne to the Nether Realm.
20 dusks later, we finally breached the walls of Idonia and entertained the usurper's plea for peace. However, the rebels refused to surrender and set up an ambush within the city. Ptolemy and his cavalry met their end before they could even relish our triumph. Those obelisks that collapsed after being set on fire became their final resting place.
Mydei, please tell my family. It was not cunning schemes that vanquished Ptolemy, but the immense weight of Amphorius' entire history.
Then, it was Possesta. He lured the enemies into the city of Aenionis with his melodies, buying us invaluable time. Our enemies, consumed by indignation when they discovered the trick, set the entire city and my soldiers on fire. His final words were recorded on a small clay tablet, fractured by the flames.
Mydei, don the crown.
And at last, my most trusted friend, Phainon. He was supposed to stand by my side through it all. But a sudden relapse of his illness hit him on the eve of my duel against my father. He hid his condition from me. By the time I returned victorious, he had but a breath left in him.
A Kremnoan, dying on a sick bed. I would be a laughingstock to everyone.
Phainon, my dear friend, spare your strength. I'll go get a physician.
No need. Even if Perdicus were here, he couldn't stop destiny from taking me away.
No! None can take you away.
Mydei, our king, do not shed tears for me. It's not befitting of your status. Farewell, my dear friend. You must lead us.
What a grave trial indeed. Now I understand why you see immortality as a defect, or even a curse.